Hello everyone, I'm Denise with Spiritual Growth Tarot, and I'm here to do a reading for Donald Trump's Monday, August 17th. And our first row up here will do, I'll do 5 cards as to what he may be doing, possibly, and the bottom 5 will be what he will possibly be receiving and experiencing. So tuning into what he will be actually doing. Okay. And again, I'm using, this deck is the Radiant Rider-Waite. And this deck down here is the Universal Rider-Waite. They're both by US Games and available everywhere. I do have to say that this deck shuffles easier, and it's a little, the cards are just a little thinner, so it's, you know, the deck isn't as thick, if that matters to you. Okay, so what he may be experiencing. Alright, give me a minute here to get them firmed up. Or framed up. Okay, so for what he's possibly doing. Now this won't be like everything he's doing, but it's a, you know, I always set the intention to know what he's doing that matters, you know, to us, that has effect and bearing and weight on us. So that means that there's a lot of other things he could be doing that won't come through in the cards, because, you know, with every question you want to really focus in on the context of that question, and at least that's how I like to work. I don't like to leave it just so open in general. You know, unless once in a while you do want to, you know, ask for those. You do want to dive into a topic that way, and then zoom in. But so I'm zooming in on Monday for him, the 17th. And again with him, I often have to read in the, you know, the inverted type of energy, because he operates pretty much from negative reality. That's just the way, you know, he's, that's where he is, you know, and there's nothing more I can say about that. So what he may be doing is working to get what he wants, as usual. You know, in a reverse position, this is the liar, it's the used car salesman, it's the dude that will tell you anything to get what he wants. And is usually very charismatic and, you know, good with his words, which we can't say he's so good with his words anymore, can we? He seems to have a, you know, early Alzheimer's and mental issues, outright, you know, mental problems. So I would say this has more to do with him maybe organizing something, getting something together. And you know, with 2 or more people, this card isn't always about celebrating, but it does have to do with collaboration and joining together. And then he's letting go and walking away from something that he doesn't have any control over anymore. But it's very well maybe secret in, you know, that we may not ever know. And it's been a big weight, a place where he couldn't really see the way forward, and he just had to keep going with it because he had no other choice. And on another level, it may have to do with him having, there's some emotional walking away from something. And this burden that he's been carrying may have been secret. So there's something that's been bothering him a whole lot more than we know, because he hasn't been truthful about it. It hasn't, maybe because of the combo here. And oh, I'm so sorry, you guys, if you're learning tarot, if you're new to learning tarot, this is the Magician, the Three of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Ten of Wands. And the reason I use these two, I use the Rider-Waite Tarot and some derivatives of, that system, is because of the symbology that is really good for when you're learning, and it's much more complete, and the complexities are there in the imagery, in the artwork. So even though I do love many other decks, this particular, the Rider-Waite, is I feel the best. Okay, so back to the reading. Because of the Magician and the High Priestess here, this could be what he's putting out there could be secret. He might not, we might not know about it, but whatever it is, he's wanting to get away from it, and it has been a big burden. And because of the cups here, it's an emotional burden. So there's something that's been weighing down on him. This may very well be his brother's passing. I don't have the death card here, but that's because in tarot, the death card doesn't necessarily mean death. It has to do with, with big changes. But again, this top row, we have to keep in mind that this is about what he's actually doing. So his communications could be behind the scenes, like backdoor communications. Backdoor communications about carrying something forward. This could have to do with the RNC, the convention coming up. Maybe he doesn't want to join in with a lot of join in with people who have supported him. That's really interesting, because this could be usually it would be the Six of Coins, but these could be his supporters on both levels, the donors and the people that would like to go. And there could be some secret reason that he's walking away from that, because it's too much of a burden. This may be a place where he has a hard time, or they have a hard time focusing with him in order to debate Biden. So whether or not his brother's death is on his mind, what he's actually doing is trying to emotionally get away from something that he just can't see a way out of. We may never know what it is, you guys. I'm, sorry, it's hard to say. I'll use the LeNormand to get some more information, so bear with me. Okay, now what he'll be receiving for the day, again, these go together, this, isolation, the silence, the, I like seeing that he might be going inward, because that would be really good for his soul. But there's a separation from people in power, other people who actually have some power over him. This definitely could be his donors, people that want to, celebrate his win, and he's looking in the other direction. Or feeling and/or feeling isolated at the same time from these people in power. The people that hold the purse strings and, are in control. So this would be, Mitch McConnell and everyone else in control of the RNC, whoever they are. And he's, excuse me, he's being restricted in some way, which would cause him to feel like he just needed to go within and connect with his intuition. Yeah, this is an emotional day for him, and this may actually have to do with his losing his brother. But there's something about after going within a little bit for the day, maybe this up here would have to do with trying to make his family needing to make arrangements for his brother's funeral, and he doesn't really want to do it, but he doesn't say anything. He just doesn't really do it, and he wants to get away out from under that burden because, he is that malignant narcissist, the sociopath that does not really have empathy for other people that much. And supposedly his brother was one of his biggest supporters, and if he cared for anybody in his family besides his kids, it would be the brother. So, everybody does have feelings. Everybody does have some sensitivity. So maybe there's a bit of a broken heart in here that has him. Although I don't have the Five of Cups, I don't see it as a big broken heart, but maybe this will show up later. So, but just for today, what he's experiencing is something on the emotional level and feeling isolated and restricted, especially in his ability to move forward. I'm seeing this one is actually being, reversed so that the energy doesn't really come down completely on him. It goes back. It goes back and it causes him to feel even more restricted. Yeah, really interesting. Okay, so let me just set these aside, but keep them out in case we need to refer back. Hold on, let me get them back in the right order. Yeah, it was this way. Okay, so just in case, but let's use the, pardon the shuffling noise here. Let's see. Let's get into this day using the LeNormand. And again, this is the Golden Dreams LeNormand by Tarot Studio. Okay. Look at just August 17th. Okay. Donald John Trump, August 17th. And again, I'm going to focus on what he's doing. What he's actually doing for the day. Okay. Okay, so we have the Tower, the Owls, the Man, so that's him, the Letter, tweets, emails or text. I don't know that he emails. Lily, Clover, Balloon, Book, and Pandora's box. Okay, so this is communication and interaction with people in government and written communication of any, digital or otherwise. And putting news out there, putting lies out there, which happens every day, doesn't it? Yeah, unfortunately. This communication with people in the government, of course, it would be a daily thing for him, so this is nothing new, but this would especially be the older, well, most of them are older, but I would say it's more of a day of communication with the lack, I'm getting the lack of wisdom. Normally this would be a card of peacefulness and wisdom, but I'm getting it's the lack of wisdom because it comes from a place where he's just trying to create opportunities for himself. And for his, his future. With this card, it's about seeing. He's looking down. He's trying to maintain control over the big picture for him financially, and just on another level. But it's all kept secret. These are secret communications. Again, we won't know what they are, except I can ask with another deck. Except it has to do with all the the darkness that he's often involved in. So all the nasty things that he's involved in. And there's the giving and receiving of that news, but it's all secret. That's so interesting. Okay, let's look at these. I don't feel the need to leave these cards out, but back to that magician. What is this secret communication about? What is the secret communication about? And this little LeNormand deck is the vintage LeNormand. You can go on rootweaver.com. I believe it's a Australian company, Australian artist. Okay, so what are the secret communications about? So we have the child, the man, that's him again, the writer, there's the news going back and forth. Maybe relocation with the storks card, and choices, escape choices. And then we have the whip, bouquet, fish, bear, and tree. So we're looking at something new for him, or it could be that his children are on his mind and he's thinking about ways that they can move, like to plan A, plan B, options, alternate decisions. Yeah, plan A, plan B, plan C. Well, plan A is that he wins the presidency and stays. Plan B would be, because plan A is not very likely at all, and plan B would be that he leaves. I don't know if he has plan C. Well, I suppose plan C could be, fighting and staying and refusing to leave, but that won't work out well for him, and I think he probably knows that. So, I'm thinking this is plan B. Who can he give money to ensure, this long-term stability for his family and himself? Yeah, we definitely have family cards here. And, because you can read the child as being something small or something new, but I don't think that's what it is in this case. So for Monday, it looks to me that he will be, working on communication with, based on the other cards here, based on the cards that we drew in the past and based on the Magician here, we're talking communicating about maybe what he would pay, what gifts he would give, what financial gifts he would give in order to get what he wants. And he'll keep looking. These two cards together here. He will keep looking. If he doesn't find, like if he can't make a deal with Qatar, or if he can't make a deal with MBS, or he can't make a deal with, I don't know if he'd want to go to Israel with Netanyahu. Yeah, I don't know about other people that in foreign countries that he has ties with, where he would actually want to live. But he's exploring his options about moving and where it would be financially lucrative for him and his family. So, yeah, again, you guys, I am so sorry to say that this is something that I see him doing. The cards never lie to me, but this is all secret. I don't have the book card here, but because of the other reading prior to, we had the book card, so that tells me it's secret. Just like I was feeling with these cards that this is the card of secrecy. And the cards of secrecy came through here, right here with the book card. So this is what's happening, but we may never know it. I mean, we'll know it later, but we won't know that that's what happened this day, that that's what he was actually doing. So, it's kind of sad to me to see that he's not. I don't see that he's grieving his, the loss of his brother. It just looks to me like he's focused on the future and his financial future and safety. Yeah, especially here. Safety, financial safety, choices. Yeah, and rinse and repeat. That's what he's, that's his, it's always about enjoying the abundance of life financially. Because deep down inside, he doesn't have that connection with himself in another way to bring in true abundance. So, okay, well, that's it. That's all I have. Take care, you guys.